This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 15. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami Camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 15, is that Jake is already experiencing, all right, the Great Depression. Don't let this word recession fool you, okay? Mainly Southern Kingdom's already feeling, all right, the this economy collapsing, okay, right on top of them. And when you read this article, all right, it talks about how Jake in those federal jobs were laid off. Okay, they were fired. All right, under the Trump administration, and so Jake hasn't recovered ever since. Because really, these federal jobs, these state jobs, these local municipalities, all right, those jobs were like a lifeline for Jake just to have some steady income coming in, all right. Now, of course, it's not a lot, but at least it was a steady income coming in, all right, where they have a salary. Well, that's all being taken away, all right. No job is safe. Okay, this is what we've been saying to our people, man, that this is not our rest, and this is confirmation, you know. This is not our rest. In fact, I got it right here because in the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10, it says, "Arise ye and depart," right? What does it mean to arise, all right, and depart? It means arise, seek the Lord, okay, and depart from this wicked kingdom, all right, this wicked society. All right, do not trust in the shadow of Egypt, all right, because trust in the shadow of Egypt is going, all right, to pollute you and destroy you, as it says right here. For this is not your rest, right? Again, this is not our rest, and this confirms it, man. I was reading this article. It was pertaining to federal employees. Look, I'll show you. It says, not only did the administration take a sledgehammer, to federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs on day one, it has spent the last year slashing agencies that have long served as engines of mobility for Southern Kingdom workers, including the federal civil service, right? Okay? So no job is safe, man. All right? More than 327,000 federal jobs have been eliminated. Not through attrition or organizational modernization, but through deliberate cuts that have eroded pathways to the middle class built through generations of civil rights gains. Exactly. Okay? So civil servant jobs are not safe anymore. No job is safe. All right? And this proves that this place is on its way out. And that's why, again, all right, this place is polluted. So continue on. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, right? Okay, this city is not a rest, all right? The scriptures talk about, we look for, let me just type it in. We have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Did I spell that right? Hold on, bear with me one moment. There it is. Thank the Lord for spell check. Here it is. Hebrews, the book of Hebrews. Who's this pertaining to? The Israelites, you plantation Christian dum-dums. the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 14. For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Right. Okay, so this confirms that America, Babylon the Great, is not our rest. Okay, our rest is the kingdom of heaven, which is for Israel in the Holy Land, where them gutter rats, them JJs, all right, them freaking degenerates dwell at. All right, that's where our rest is at, and the Lord is going to, all right, bring us there. All right, that's why we're fighting for that spot. That's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Again, all right, this place is polluted. All right, no job is safe. So let's read this one more time. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Right. And those that want to trust in the shadow of Egypt, those that want to trust in America, Babylon the Great, which is spiritually Egypt and Sodom, all right, this place is going to destroy you. Okay? We've been saying that your job's not going to save you. Okay? Your career is not going to save you. We've been said that. All right? There's a, in fact, there was a new report that there's more people, all right, out of the workforce, all right, than ever before or since World War II. How many people are out of the labor force? Yeah, as of June 2026, exactly 105,808,000 people aged 16 and older are not in the U.S. labor force. Okay? It says individuals are neither employed nor actively looking for work. All right? It says in the recent trends, the total rose by over 800,000 individuals over the course of a single month, reaching historic highs. That's the point. All right, it shot up. Okay, now we understand that there's people that are retired, but this is deceptive too. How many retirees, okay, are working under the table? Because having a pension doesn't go far as it used to because of the cost of living keep rising up. All right. You got those students, all right, what are they doing? Okay, because who's paying for that college tuition? So this proves that this economy is dying, all right? And there's going to be a major event. It's looking like a cyber attack, okay? And you're going to see a lot of people riot, a lot of people invade homes because of lack of bread. Okay? All right? You're clearly seeing, as it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1, all right, the grinding and ceasing, and mainly to our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. I guarantee if I do enough research, all right, I'll get the data, I'll get the, okay, the numbers for Northern Kingdom, okay? Well, let's do this real quickly. Yep, job losses hit Southern Kingdom. They say Asia, but that's referring to the so-called Native American and Hispanic workers. You see that? All right. Recent economic shift, corporate reductions, and shifting industry hiring trends have disproportionately affected, okay, the Northern Kingdom, driven by concentration in vulnerable sectors and broader economic headwinds. Layoff workers can access multilingual state and federal resources through benefits.gov to find local unemployment assistance. Right. All right. So there you go. It says Northern King professionals and laborers are heavily represented in industries like construction, hospitality, transportation, and warehousing, which are experiencing sharp hiring slowdowns during economic cooling. See that? Okay, so there you go. Hey, the AI is good if you use it for the right thing. See, the Lord put this AI stuff, all right, to make it easier for us, the prophets, all right, to paint the picture that the scriptures, all right, are on point, and that this place, America, is not our rest. That's the point. Okay. So let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12. I'm gonna start at 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. NLT version. Don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your Creator. Honor him in your youth, because you grow old and say life is not pleasant anymore. Right. So, this is why the Lord sent out his prophets, okay, at a very young age. If you look at our apostle elders, they were teaching at a very young age. Okay. Us, okay, the younger prophets, we were teaching at a very young age, in our 20s. Okay. Some brothers in their late teens. Some brothers in 13, 14, 15. Okay. And that's just the lot that the Lord set for them. Okay. Teaching the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So there's no excuses. You got a lot of our people just being rebellious. That's why you're going to be destroyed with this place, because it ain't going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Okay? And get ready for a draft. All right? Get ready to see martial law troops also in the city and the town near you. 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Right? This is talking about the destruction. All right? Because, this is all leading to the destruction, man. All right? This is just more proof that America's on its way out. 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Right? This is talking about, who is this talking about? All right? Those economists. All right? That's why every time you ask questions about the state of the U.S. economy, it's always something negative, always something wrong with it. All right? Because the economists are trembling. Okay? They see it. Because math is math. 1 + 1 is 2. All right? And that's why Donald Trump and his Goomba squad, they're a bunch of liars. All right? This war has affected the American economy. It's just facts. Gas prices keep going up. Food prices keep going up. The economists are trembling. They are frightened. And the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. Right? And this is confirmation, man. Okay? Federal jobs, civil servant jobs. All right? Jake fights for these, man, because there's a steady income that comes. Now, granted, you ain't gonna be making, a lot of money, all right, but at least you have something that's coming in, and guess what? Then you manage, all right, your livelihood, all right, because getting a salary, it puts you in a responsibility position, because okay, this is what I'm gonna get, all right. So let me be responsible with my livelihood and not, live, above my means, or live, on the edge and do stupid stuff and irresponsible things, okay? So yeah, the grinding is getting few, man, and that's how we know a civil war is coming, man. Civil riots are coming, and that's why Donald Trump has the QR, the quick right? Let's bring back the memory bank. Donald Trump's QR. Yeah, here it is. Donald Trump Quick Reaction Force. President Donald Trump ordered the Pentagon to establish standing National Guard quick reaction forces across all states to manage civil disturbances, totaling roughly 23,500 troops nationwide. Most states are assigned a contingent of roughly 500 National Guard personnel designated for the mission. Deployment readiness. Units are structured to deploy 25% of their personnel within 8 hours and the entire assigned force within 24 hours. Internal Pentagon memos directed that these specialized quick reaction units be fully operational by January 1st, 2026. So they're ready. So when the economy, collapses, all right, and you truly see inflation, all right, in your face, gas prices go up, that and food prices go to numbers that you, all right, couldn't imagine, all right, that's when people are going to get violent. All right, and this been prophesied. All right, more people getting laid off. And remember this article right here. What did they call it? The trickle layoff. 2026. Yeah. Trickle layoffs refer to a corporate strategy where companies execute smaller, rolling workforce reductions over an extended period rather than announcing a single mass layoff. In 2026, companies are heavily utilizing this approach to downsize under the radar, minimize public backlash, and manage severance budgets while fundamentally reorganizing around artificial intelligence, because that's where the jobs went. It went to AI. It went to Johnny Five. Okay? Have you watched the movie Short Circuit 1 and 2? All right, it went to those motherfuckers, okay? It went to the robots, all right? And that's why they're going to have to start depopulating, okay, by this war getting bigger, famine, starving people out, what's it called? Killing people that are causing civil disturbance, because they know the jobs are leaving. There's not enough jobs. They know. Esau knows. He's just setting the momentum so that he can justify killing a lot of you Jakes, because there's a lot of you Jakes that are out of the job. That's why it says in Revelation, I'm just going with the Spirit. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right. And when we see this as prophets, man, okay, we're rejoicing because we know we're almost out of here. Okay? Our big brother Yahushai, the angels, they're rejoicing. All right? Because they know that it's time, all right, to save the elect and establish the kingdom of heaven. Okay? So that's why they're rejoicing. And ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time, right? And you could clearly see that this devil's going to come down with great wrath. All right, he's going to start purging, man. All right, you know, they call it trickle layoffs, man. Despite an overall drop in macro job cuts compared to the massive spikes of 2025, over 172,000 tech workers have been laid off in 2026. The data from trackers like TrueUp and layoffs.fyi show that the tech and enterprise companies are the core drivers, with over 50% of 2026 layoffs events explicitly citing AI automation or restructuring as the cause. There you go. And look at these. These are all the tech companies, man. All right. So you got federal jobs. All right, Jake getting laid off. You got these corporate jobs. All right. You know who's getting fired? Jake. All right, Jake getting fired. All right. So yeah, we here, man. This is not our rest. All right. You women, got to bring this out too. Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Right, and the Lord, all right, is using us, the prophets, to tell you women that are careless, all right, to listen. Because guess what? Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come. Right, the vintage, all right? You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose it all, okay? And y'all were killers because you wanted to be that I don't need no man, independent mindset. Well, now it's coming to bite you, all right? Okay? It's coming to bite you And this is the judgment from the Lord. 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right. Meaning, all right, you're going to be mourning. All right. You're going to lament. 12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful vine. 13. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the house of joy in the joyous city. So, yeah. So, all the joy, all the mirth is going to be taken away. All right? And you clearly see it. The Lord is taken away. All right? Using this devil Esau Edom. All right? His whooping stick. So, no more mirth, no more, hot girl summer. All right? And that's why, and you're going to see it. It's a shame. All right? But because our women are so proud. All right? What are they going to do? They lose their job. They're going to go into prostitution. All right, and then that's another dark world. All right, and that's it, man. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's the end of the road, Jack. And that's not going to save you. All right, because it's going to get so bad that's why Isaiah 4:1 is coming, man. Because you're gonna need protection. I'm gonna do my own thing and be my own independent mindset. It's gonna go bye. You're gonna need a man. Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye cloth you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Right. All right. We're just getting by, man. All right. There's no future in this place, man. That's why, again, let's finish off with Ecclesiastes. Perfect time to go back to this. Back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, again, it's talking about the economists, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Right, lack of jobs, few jobs. And those that look out the window be dark and right. Okay? Meaning, no future. There is no future for this place. All right? 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right. We're clearly in this time. This article proves it. We're in this time, man. It's only going to get worse. That's why it's imperative to seek the Lord. Seek the Lord. The scriptures say, I'll close off on this one. We got the point, man. All right. We got, if you can't see that this place is done, all right, you're wicked and you're going to go down with this place. All right. No job is safe. That's the point. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me do it this way. Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. There it is. Make no tearing to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. Right. And the bulk of our people have been doing this. And that's why, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. That's right, man. All right. And you're losing that security. So we know that the Lord's going to, all right, bring that judgment. All right, these layoffs, okay, are a sign that you're losing that security, man. Okay? So this is why you're not supposed to be tearing to turn to the Lord. What does it mean to turn to the Lord? Meaning you repent and acknowledge your offenses, all right, and call upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, all right? And pray to the Lord for forgiveness, all right? And tell him you're sorry, okay? And then you got to make a change. You have to literally make a change. You can't be in this world, man. This world, the Lord is going to judge, all right? This war, I got to keep talking about this war because I've been to war, man. This is not going to let up. This war is coming to, all right, a city, a town, okay, a barrio, a ghetto near you, all right? It is going to affect your lives, okay? And it's already affecting the economy, and that's why the military, National Guard is on standby. So it's not a time, all right, to be trusting in this place, man. It's not a time to be, all right, engulfed in your sins. It's time to repent, all right, and turn to the Lord. Call upon His holy name. Call upon Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. Beg Him for mercy. Beg Him, all right, to forgive you of your sins, all right. And you got to make that change, man. If you don't make that change, you're going down with this place, man. So, Lord willing, is us edifying. Again, this is a sign. Again, get rid of this recession. It's a depression and worse than that, okay? We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. It's only going to get worse, all right? So with that, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Wakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing his truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep the door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying, pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles, elders. We're almost out of here. To the fuses that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, pray, check, cover, shalom. And on to the next one, as the apostles, elders always say, shalom.